told your friend you're not okay.
K-pop news update. Breaking spotlight alert. Get ready, because what happened on BTS's recent Weverse Live was no ordinary broadcast. It was the kind of moment that makes millions of armies around the world stop what they're doing, hold their breath, and then scream hysterically. And the center of all the excitement? None other than Taehyung, the legendary visual who once again proved that once he appears, the world's attention is immediately drawn to him. From the very first second the broadcast began, the atmosphere was immediately different. The members appeared with a warm, laughing vibe and a signature energy that always makes armies feel like they're sitting with their best friends. But amidst the excitement, Taehyung appeared with a truly stunning aura. The glasses he wore were not just an accessory, but a symbol of the change in atmosphere, making him look elegant, soft, and sophisticated, yet still possessing a playful side that is unique to him. It's no wonder the comment section was filled with thousands of compliments within seconds. And the excitement escalated when their conversation turned to a topic that instantly set the entire fandom into a frenzy: Taehyung's appearance in the music video for 2.0. One of the members candidly expressed how scary and intense Taehyung was in the video. It wasn't a joke, but rather an admission that the dark, sharp, and expressive aura Taehyung exuded was truly shocking. The word scary they used wasn't meant to be scary in a negative sense, but rather reflected the powerful influence his gaze, expression, and atmosphere created. He could transform a scene into something dramatic, emotional, and even magnetic in just a few seconds, a skill not many idols possess. Armies immediately responded with a frenzy, as the members' statements mirrored exactly how they felt when they first watched the music video. Every one of Taehyung's gestures felt like a noir film, intense, artistic, and hard to look away from. But the night wasn't just about intensity and killer visuals. In fact, one of the most heated and hilarious topics came when the members began discussing the global phenomenon born from just one small moment Taehyung made: the "I Just Wanna Dive" challenge. The simple gesture he performed suddenly turned into a major trend that spread across social media platforms. Namjoon even expressed surprise, saying he had never seen anything spread so quickly. Such a big confession from a leader who had witnessed hundreds of trends before made ARMY even more proud. The conversation became even funnier when another member added that many fans were copying the challenge. How a global fandom could unite to repeat a hilarious gesture just because Taehyung did it. That in itself was strong evidence of how a brief moment from him could create a massive wave that affected millions. And as usual, Taehyung, with his usual innocent face, simply asked, "Is that right?" As if he had no idea he had just created a global phenomenon. But the biggest laugh of the night erupted when Jungkook added the most chaotic detail of the entire story. He casually mentioned that someone had fallen off a chair while trying to follow the trend. Instantly, the entire live stream felt like it exploded. The thought of someone so excited about imitating Taehyung that they lost their balance certainly made it one of the most iconic moments of the night. And just as the atmosphere was at its peak, Namjoon accidentally dropped a massive spoiler. There would be a special hidden track on a deluxe LP, which would be released on a big date that armies had been eagerly anticipating. The atmosphere instantly shifted drastically. Armies panicked. The members seemed to snap out of it, and the entire broadcast was suddenly filled with cheers of disbelief. This is where Taehyung showed the spontaneous personality that has made him so beloved. Using his most chaotic yet most entertaining strategy, he tried to distract armies by repeating, "I am so happy. I am so happy. I am so happy," in a way that was both dramatic and hilarious. Instead of calming the panic, it only exacerbated the chaos. Armies became even more rowdy because they knew Taehyung was trying to cover up a major spoiler, and his method was so obvious that it made everyone laugh out loud. At that point, armies concluded. Taehyung was the main character throughout the broadcast. When Namjoon accidentally reveals a big secret, Taehyung appears in his natural comedian style, turning the atmosphere fresh and light with just the repetition of one random sentence. But beneath all the jokes and chaotic moments, there was a tender side that touched ARMY's hearts. Taehyung, with a genuine smile, shared that the staff prepared red decorations because they knew it was his favorite color. Our staff team is very considerate. They know I like red, so they gave me a red bouquet. It was a simple, yet incredibly sweet statement, showing how the people around BTS truly understand them down to the smallest details. Taehyung's surprises that night weren't over. After all the chaotic, sweet, and laugh-filled moments, the atmosphere on Weverse Live suddenly turned warmer and more intimate. It was as if Taehyung wanted to show a different side of himself, not as a viral figure, not as a trendmaker, not as an intense actor in a music video, but as someone who shares a deep bond with ARMY and the people around him. After discussing the gifts from the staff and the flower arrangement from Jake, Taehyung began speaking more slowly, as if to ensure every word was heard. He shared how the small gestures he received from the staff, family, and fans were a source of joy that kept him motivated in his work. "I feel grateful," he said in a soft yet confident tone. The expression left ARMY speechless for a moment. It was rare for Taehyung to show his reflective side so openly amidst a laughter-filled atmosphere. The members chimed in. They teased each other, joking, laughing, but beneath it all, the strength of their bond was clear. Jungkook glanced at Taehyung and remarked that no matter how chaotic Taehyung might be in front of the camera, he was deeply sensitive and cared deeply for others. The comment sparked a brief, warm silence, only to be broken by laughter as Jimin teased Jungkook, calling him too sentimental. But ARMY knew small moments like that were rare and precious, something that only occurs when the members truly feel comfortable and trust each other. The brief lull continued when Taehyung suddenly turned to the camera and began speaking in a more serious tone. He admitted that while his performance in the 2.0 music video seemed intense and powerful, the process was actually very challenging. He had to play a darker, more emotional, and more controlled side of himself. "I want you to feel something," he said. "Not just the visuals, but the different vibes." These words made ARMY understand even more that Taehyung isn't just an idol performing to entertain, but also an artist who crafts every detail to leave a lasting impression. The other members praised Taehyung's efforts, saying that his expressions during the shoot were so powerful that they even got goosebumps watching them. Namjoon even said that Taehyung brought a new dimension to the video, a statement that quickly became a trending topic, reflecting how significant Taehyung's contribution was to the project. But after all that in-depth conversation, the atmosphere changed in an instant when Taehyung suddenly made a random remark that made everyone laugh again. In the most casual and innocent tone, he said, "But don't fall off your chairs again, okay? I'm afraid ARMY will end up practicing the dive challenge while getting injured." The comment immediately caused the other members to burst out laughing, while ARMY flooded the comments with emojis of crying, laughing, and loving all at once. The live stream returned to its original vibe, full of laughter, jokes, and BTS' signature warm yet wild energy. But even as the atmosphere shifted back to a cheerful one thing became clear to all ARMY watching. Taehyung wasn't just the center of attention because of his good looks or his viral popularity, but because of his unique balance of artistic intensity, playful spontaneity, and raw sincerity. And as if to end the live stream on a perfect note, Taehyung looked back at the camera, smiled slightly, and said in a low but sincere voice, "Thank you for always supporting me. I feel strong because of you." It was a simple sentence that touched ARMY again and ensured that the night would be one of their most unforgettable Weverse broadcasts. Even after the live stream ended, the excitement continued. Timelines were filled with footage of Taehyung repeating, "I am so happy," clips of the members discussing the 2.0 music video, the viral dive challenge video, and even screenshots of Taehyung holding a bouquet of flowers from Jake. All of these fragments add up to one big conclusion. Taehyung wasn't just the highlight of the live. He was the entire atmosphere,